Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vegan Brie. I talk about all things vegan and cruelty-free, mainly beauty. We're gonna get into the eyeshadow palette that I was like dreaming about, hoping for. I feel like she was hinting about it. It's the Galactic Visitor Palette from Singe Beauty, Angelica nyqvist. She's one of my favorite YouTubers, has been for years. She got me more into indie beauty. I've learned about more brands, some eyeshadow application tips, inspiration. I just really like her. I like her personality. I love her accent. I love accents in general. I don't know what it is about accents. It just kind of pulled me in. I love the color. I don't know what it is about this teal color, but I always love teal colors like this. Not that I really match. Okay, let's get into the palette and then I'll tell you things that I wish were in here and things I would change, even though this is not my palette and she probably never will watch this. Maybe she will. I don't know. I would love to meet her someday. I would love to go on one of her brand trips. Fangirling over here. Okay, when I saw this come out, I was immediately add to cart. I messaged my best friend on Instagram and we were like, yeah, we gotta add to cart. We gotta add to cart. So as soon as this went on sale, this is technically one of my Christmas presents, even though I kind of bought it for myself, but my husband and I have a joint account. So, but this was the palette I chose. It was between a couple palettes, but this is the palette I chose. And I do have some brushes from her that my mom gifted me that I love, love, love. I eventually want to get all the brushes. I have hooded lids like Angie does. I am 32, she's almost 41, and she looks fantastic. I like that she doesn't hide away from giving her honest opinion on things. And I've used every single shade. I just did a look of exclusively this palette. I've done, I don't know how many looks, but a lot. I'd say like at least 5 with this palette I've been playing with on and off. I'll show you the swatches right now. The shimmers are, let me just swatch some, even though I just showed you the swatches. They are creamy, but they feel like a traditional shimmer. Old school shimmers, not putty like, not wet like. I don't like that. I have hooded lids, as I said, and I am very prone to creasing, but these are like a drier formula. But what I would recommend if you have, if you do experience creasing, if you just want more of like a subtle shimmer, even though these are still very shimmery and sparkly, put a matte all over your lid, tap a shimmer on top. First of all, it's still sparkly all over. When I put a shimmer all over my lid, unless it's like a satin formula, I've been experiencing creasing, no matter what formulas, even though this is like a drier formula. Okay, so dry in the makeup world can kind of sound bad. I don't mean it as bad. I don't, as I said, I don't really like wet shades. I don't like oily shades. It's just, maybe if you have dry eyelids, that works better, but I have oily eyelids. And like I said, for some reason, I'm prone to creasing even more than usual. And I have hooded lids, as I've said 500 million times, I have hooded lids. So when I have creasing, it creases right here, my fold. And sometimes it looks like a bald spot, as in it doesn't look like I put eyeshadow there. But I put a matte all over the lid and then I tapped on a shimmer. I used eyeshadow as liner too, which I also really like. If you're not really good at wings, if you're not good at liner, I like using shadow brushes like this. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if she has one like this, but this is just from Lixie. You can probably get these on Amazon. I also got a set from Vertex. I haven't tried yet, but there's a bunch of different liner brushes. So I'm gonna swatch some of these, but they're not super creamy in the sense that your finger's you're gonna put your finger in here and it's gonna make like an indent. See, like it's soft. There we go. It's soft, but it is still dry. And that shade I love. It's so glowy and blue. There's like a white, there's like a bluish kind of green, a purple pink like shift to it. I haven't tried like every single formula in the world like she has. She tried every single, that's like an exaggeration, but she's tried a lot more formulas than me. But I have swatched quite a few palettes, okay? And some palettes you get to build up, some palettes, you know, you don't. These, I got this shift with my pictures or with my videos and pictures that I never usually get. I have to really finesse my arm and my hand. And these are just so easy to take pictures of. And the mattes swatched just impeccable. Not that I mean, it's like I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised because it's her. Like, she's done a couple collabs. But these are very reflective, very shiny. You can make them a little bit more subtle by just tapping them on. But you can also, if you're not having issues like that, you can use a glitter glue. You don't have to use a glitter glue, just depending on what you want. She doesn't use a glitter glue. She actually wets her eyeshadows. The black is really, I mean, it's a deep inky black, which I love. If I'm gonna use black, I want it to look black. This is more like a blue on me. Maybe for cool tone, it'll look more gray. On me, it looks like blue. That's what I have right here. The yellow is pretty bright, but it's not a pastel. It's a, I don't know, like a marigold yellow. I do wish, so this is from Nomad. This is discontinued, even though I do have a coat with them. But I love shades like this, like a mustard like this. That's like a pastel, so I'll just swatch that. So, and these are very smooth, but these are very buttery, all those things that people say about eyeshadows. They're very smooth too. But see that how this is a pastel? I would not consider this a pastel. But look at that. And these, I mean, Nomad swatch as well too. They swatch really smooth. They're very pigmented, but they're easy to blend. I have had zero issues with blending. They're very quick. It looks, if you want them to be, I do like that there's a shade Set My Eyeshadow Primer too. This shade is really nice. It's like a peach. So you can use this with any of the shades. It's like a peach, but possibly depending on your skin tone, it could be a shade to set your eyeshadow. But it's like a brownie peach. I like shades like that. Okay, so I do like the shimmer selection here. I don't always like shimmery blues like this. I put it all over my lid. I just tapped it on because, again, I've been having issues. I mean, there's like a mint shimmer in here, which I have that on my inner corner here, and I did top it on my lid too. And I've been liking tapping that on. So the things I would change about this palette. These two shades I think are kind of too similar. Let me swatch those. Peace and Cowgirl. These feel a tad bit dry. But I don't think we needed both. Like, yes, this one is more brown and this one's more like a red, like burgundy. But I still think they're a little too, I don't know, kind of too similar. I wish there was like another mid-tone because those are more, in my opinion, deep. I have Cowgirl right here on as my liner and then my lower lash line. On the eyes, they look kind of similar, at least on me. I don't know, maybe they look different depending on your skin tone. She has more of a golden, warm undertone. And there is, okay, so these, for me, they're not, I have the yellow, obviously, on my crease. But this peach, I've really been liking, but it looks more orange on me just because of my skin tone. So when I put these two together, it looks very bright, which is fine. I work an office job, I work at a courthouse, so it does look kind of intense. So I was shearing those out. This is like a neutral-ish palette with some pops, as you can see, like with the mint and the blues, which I love this kind of shade. I wish in this palette, I would like to see a green, another mid-tone, even though, I mean, this, I guess, depending on how you do your eyeshadow and what shade you use, I wish it was a tad bit deeper. And then I do like this shade a lot too. Like that there's like a hollow, even though I can't right now because of my lights, but when I showed swatches, you can see this is a hollow. I love this shade a lot. I think it adds a lot to the table. It has like every sparkle in it. It's really pretty. A lot of people are like, is it a hollow? It is. It has a silver base, but it has like rainbow sparkles in there. I have that mixed with the light blue here. I just wish, besides the gold, maybe like a bronze, not necessarily dark, but like a bronze with a shift, like neutrals with a shift. Like even if the gold had more of a shift, bronze with a shift, even like a brown with a shift. I like light shimmers and mid-tone shimmers. Even though she talks about mid-tones, deeps, and lights. There technically is, okay? Like this can be a mid-tone. This is not pastel, but it is pretty light, which is nice. The colors match. What's inside matches the outside, which I like. I mean, to each their own, but some palettes, I'm like, why does it look more exciting here, but not in here? And they don't match. And what was the point of the packaging? It's pretty on the outside, but not on the inside. So I like that they match, except for, you know, I wish that shade right there, that would be cool. And also like a darker yellow. Inside, I think it's super pretty. The packaging is so cute too, because she's from Sweden, but she's in Texas. This is something different. I don't have any of her collabs, but I've heard this is kind of like her Kaleidos palette. This is somewhat similar in a more updated version, like a 2024 version, end of 2024, because this came out technically like Black Friday. I like that it has like neutrals, but sort of like with a twist with like the pops. And there's cool tones, even though it's more like a warm palette. If you only like cool tones, this probably is not the palette for you. If you like neutrals, but you want colors, you want to dip your toe, I think this is great. Like there's like a gold, there's some, you know, neutrals. There's also like, you can use this liner like I did today. This is a neutral, even the hollow, like you can make it more neutral. And I like that you can do like a sunset look. I've done that. You can do neutrals on the lid. You can do more like kind of like a colorful lid. Even if you're using neutrals, you can pop these on top, like the shimmers on top, just for like a little bit of a pop or a little bit of like, oh, is that neutral? Or is that like, she did something a little bit different, like a little bit of a glisten, a little bit of pop in the inner corner, even with mattes or the shimmers. The lights are throwing the shimmers off. I have a lot of fun. This is a palette that like inspires me. Try different shades together. Like, I would recommend this palette if you like neutrals and when you want a little bit of a twist, if you like warm tones, because this is kind of warm tone heavy. So, you know, if you exclusively use cool tones, maybe it's not for you. If you don't want to play with color, probably not for you. But if you do want to have a little bit of fun, if you want to try a new brand, if you want to support a women-owned, I have had a lot of fun with this palette again. I cannot wait to see what else she comes out with, because she's come out with blushes. She is self-funded, which I also like pat on the back to her being self-funded. And I know her husband has been helping her, but now she was shipping these herself, which YouTube is her full-time job. Like content creation is her full-time job. She came out with an amazing palette. I love the formulas. For her first palette, like there's a lot of brands, remember their first palettes? The bar is here, bar is high. I am really happy with this palette. Hopefully I didn't come off negative. I want to come off raw like she does. Like she gives her honest opinion for what she likes. I'm giving my honest opinion for what I like. I work at a courthouse. I do mostly neutral looks. So it's not like I like doing neutral looks. It's just, I find them quicker to do, as well as I want to look work appropriate. Depending on where you work, that may be different. When I worked from home, I did like almost exclusively colorful looks, but now that I work, you know, in person, I don't want people to be distracted by my makeup. So I still like using colors, but just more wearable, some of them are subtle. Sometimes I'm like, you know what, we're doing purple today. So that's what we're doing. But I still like to have fun. I still like to get glam. That is just me. Makeup is how I show myself self-love, how I give time to myself, even though I'm rushing in the mornings. Like today, this was not a rush look, but in the mornings, this is just how I take care of myself. It's my moment, not always peaceful, but like it's like before the kids wake up, I get myself ready. It's just therapeutic for me, because the whole rest of the day is kind of like go, like survival mode, like going to work and then, you know, picking up the kids and taking care of the kids. And whether you're a mom or a person, whatever, you got to take care of yourself, because you're only you, and you are the only one that knows what you need, what you want, what you like, what you don't. I always end my videos with, you can't take care of others unless you take care of yourself. Stay safe, healthy, and always do something that makes you happy. My form of self-care is beauty. What is your form of self-care? Because it's always important to take care of you. And if you like videos like this, I'm a chatty girl. I got ADHD. I got a lot to say. I'm very talkative. If you like videos like that, if you like authentic, raw reviews, I'm also gonna be posting more lifestyle videos. So I am vegan, I'm cruelty free, I'm a mom of 2, I have 3 animals, I'm married, I live in Maryland, yada, yada, yada. I post my daily makeup looks. If I'm wearing makeup, I post it. So if you like that, I would go follow me on Instagram at veganbrie823. If you got to the end of this video, leave me a yellow heart or some type of yellow emoji down below. I love to see if you actually made it to the end of the video. And I hope you subscribe. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.